What's going on, people? This is Zelda Tenchi, and welcome you to another episode of On the Brain. Today, I got a panel with me. Let's give it up for KryptoKnightmare.
Do we get applause? God damn it. I hate you both.
KryptoKnightmare, nice gaming YouTube channel. My homies, my buddies, they've been on the Brain a couple times before, and I wanted to bring them on for this particular topic because we're all Disney fans on this table, I could say, right?
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so it was announced on Tuesday that they will be starting their own streaming service. Right now it doesn't have a name, but in 2019 they're going to take their entire catalog that's on Netflix, end their deal with Netflix, and start their own streaming service. What they said in the report basically was they wanted to give Disney more freedom towards its destiny. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, that is such a cliche thing to say, but
is that like, are they gonna go learn all the 4 elements?
I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so my thing is Disney owns everything from, of course, Marvel, their own brand, ABC, ESPN, A&E, all that, and they're going to take everything that they have under their name off of Netflix to add it to their own streaming service. So it's mostly but when I scrolled down and looked at the report, more thoroughly, not only are they going to have a separate streaming service for movies, they're also going to have a separate one for sports. So you got the ESPN crowd and everything, right?
So we won't be touching that one.
Yeah, I'm not a sports guy.
Me either.
NASCAR. I like NASCAR.
I haven't really been a sports guy
Dude,
since
you're
the
such
90s,
a redneck right now.
Oh, come on.
My hair does grow into a natural mullet.
Unless you got the neck beard going.
There are a lot of people out there besides rednecks, quote unquote, that like NASCARs.
I'm gonna behave because I could say some horrifying things
Later. But
off camera.
So this got me thinking.
That's a scary thought.
We have a lot of streaming services already. Cable is all but out right now, right?
Yeah.
You got your Netflix, you got your Hulus, you got your Crunchyrolls, you got your Daisuke's, your Verbs, your
What's the Amazon one for? There's Amazon Prime and then
Prime Video.
And then there's the aren't they starting an anime one as well, or?
They did. It's called Anime Strike. I've looked into that. I'm not paying for another service because I already have.
I might even have to cancel my Crunchyroll due to circumstances that have just happened.
I only renewed my Prime for a month just because it was my birthday and I got a shit ton of gift cards.
Right now, my streaming services are enough as it is. I think I have enough to keep me sustained for a while.
I'm happy with having just Netflix and Hulu, though. I'm very lucky. My sister lets me use her Netflix and I let her use my Hulu.
Right. What is the crazy thing about this is, okay, so we're already in a binging culture. We're already used to, especially our generation, we're used to, and a brand new show's coming up. It's like 13 episodes, 20-something episodes. It just gets dropped on us instead of one after the other, everything at once. And then you spend the next 13 to 14 hours, if you have that kind of time, watching the show.
Yeah, kids these days don't know about waiting a whole week to find out what happens on this.
Some do. Not everybody grew up.
Oh my god. I remember growing up with Animorphs and what's gonna happen next week?
And the next thing you know, it was taken off the air.
Yeah. No one except for Shawn Ashmore and the guy that played Axe got famous from that show. Mm. Everyone else retired.
So, what do you think about this news about Disney stepping into the streaming market?
I really feel like the streaming market, as great as it is a little oversaturated.
All right, understandable.
Are they going to offer discounts? Do you have Netflix save 10%, or do you have Comcast save 10%? Because you're looking at it, Netflix isn't that 12 something a month, or $12.99?
Netflix I think is 10.
That's actually
Hulu is Hulu if you want to get commercial free is 11.
That's 11 something a month.
Also,
Netflix is still cheaper.
I
Yeah,
can't
like-
see them offering a discount unless they have some kind of like if you go to their Disney store online, if they're like, oh, if you have a Disney store account, you can save this much off per month,
Which,
maybe for something like that. But if they're like, oh, if you have a Netflix account, I don't see them giving a discount for having
Yeah.
a subscription to someone else's service.
Which, let me know, how much is Crunchyroll?
Crunchyroll, that's
It depends on the type you get. They have one that's for anime and one that's for
Dramas.
anime and the live action dramas.
Well, let's say you want both.
If you wanted both, I think it's 14.
And then there's...
If you wanted just one, I think it's either one would be $7.
And then Prime, how much is their service? $10.99?
No, I think it's a little less.
We'll just say $8.
Well, because Prime, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you already have access to their streams. So that's $100 annually.
Oh,
That
well,
includes stuff that's already in your, like, you got your Amazon original stuff, which is the thing. Streaming services since Netflix have all come out with their own original stuff. They might as well be their own separate TV networks.
yeah, which I would like to say, already, if you were to have a Crunchyroll account, if you were to have an Amazon Prime account, if you were to have Netflix and you were to have Hulu,
Yep.
a year, that's $471, $472.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
See,
thanks.
I just have the cheap Hulu.
So do I.
wanted to upgrade to the
I don't.
12-something commercial free, but I don't really feel the need to, and I can't afford to right now.
Which, thank you, Molly and Patrick, for letting me use your Netflix.
You know the reason why I upgraded to the $11 commercial free, and it's not completely commercial free because certain shows, like say they're still on the air and you're watching them currently as they're happening, there's going to be at least one commercial at the beginning and one commercial at the end.
Wait, Hulu does live stream?
Yeah, actually,
Yeah, it's
they
like
started
40 a month, I think.
Yeah, they
You
just
get
started
live TV.
They just started live TV.
Well, to be fair, that's pretty consistent with cable prices.
I apologize.
I don't know if you get cable channels, but I don't know if it's just cable channels or if they're like, oh, you get these local channels, but $40 a month, it's high for me, but if you look
It is
at
high
it
for
in
me, too.
comparison to say the price of DirecTV or something or a cable service,
That's
that's
60.
pretty comparable.
But YouTube has, not only can you get like season passes for current shows, but you can also, now they have, they've had YouTube Red for a couple years, but now they have
Not to be confused with RedTube.
But now they have a live TV show, TV streaming service. And my brother and I, we were talking about that a while ago when it was announced, and we were like, who is that for? Because everybody's saying that they're going to unplug, and get rid of these monstrous cable bills. Like, for example, where I work, at one point, because we have business class for Comcast, and they charged us almost $200.
Jeez.
And we're like, okay, what the heck did they charge us for? We don't even watch cable. We have the most basic package you can get at my job, and that includes like a handful of channels, right? And when I mean a handful, I'm talking basic package. I'm talking ABC, NBC, TBS, stuff like that. And most of what we use is the internet. We don't even go up the internet that much because we have our own programs we have to use. So I don't understand where these prices come from, but then again, I'm not the one working for I'm not the one working for these services. So, but
Well, not only that, I'm someone with bad credit. Not completely my fault, but my ex stole my debit card and just completely annihilated it. But anyways,
okay, wow.
he's a piece of shit. But that is another story for another podcast, maybe.
Okay, we just went dark here.
But my boyfriend just doesn't have credit. He's never had a credit card, paid his bills on time, but so never even had a phone bill until.
Man, you just put him on blast.
What? But Dennis?
No. Well, both of them actually.
No, Dennis doesn't have credit because he's never seen the need for a credit card and he didn't have a phone bill up until a couple of years ago. He never paid bills. So we don't have credit or good credit. So they wanted not only the like $80 a month for cable and internet, they wanted $200 up front. people like in this day and age, people in our 20s and 30s who are on our own, which is rare enough as it is, we don't have the best jobs. I work a crappy retail job, and I'm trying to find work as a PCA. So
I'm looking for work in anything I can get.
But paying $80 and then it jumps up to $120 a month when I can pay like $40 for internet and like maybe an extra $10 for Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely a lot better.
I have not had cable since I was like 12.
I
think maybe like 14, somewhere around there.
I haven't had cable in about 8 years.
But my thing is that these past, I don't know how many years that I've had Hulu, it eases the itch that you get for wanting to watch cable when people are talking to you and they're like, oh, did you see this show on last night?
Yeah,
what show is it? What channel is it on? Oh, it's on TNT or it's on HBO or whatever channel it's on.
Or waiting
You can always look, like Netflix doesn't usually get something until the season of the show has already wrapped up.
Well,
and then
now,
you would have to wait months
like
afterwards
months.
that.
Yeah.
But with Hulu, a lot of the shows that you got, they go up like the next night. Like
not even like
when
8 hours
when
later.
when Hulu had the shows, the CW shows, when they were getting Flash and Arrow, you only had to wait until like 8 p.m. the next night. So it's like, oh, did you see this show? It was on last night? No, I'll watch it tonight. It's on Hulu now.
I'm not even gonna lie, it was annoying as hell waiting for iZombie to come out because I fucking love iZombie. iZombie is the shit.
I still haven't watched it. I know they're on season 3. I still haven't watched it.
So good.
You've been trying to urge me to watch it.
Yes, because I fucking love Robbie.
I haven't watched that, even though I do like the concept. I do know where it's from.
I've
I've never read the comic.
I'm not gonna lie.
Though.
I didn't know it was a comic, but I had just seen these.
I know it was a comic because I think I remember them doing something about it in the New 52 for DC.
But I saw billboards for it. I remember like we were going to Comic-Con and I saw billboards where I'm like, it looks really stupid. Zombies are done to shit. And then I'm like, on a whim,
I watched a couple episodes. It's kind of amusing. It's just the zombie thing has never been up my alley.
Well, this isn't really like zombie. It's a different take on it. And I really... Because when you think zombies, you think those shuffling creatures that have no thought. And it's different. I like it. I love it.
We were... And that brings up something. So you have the stuff that's on TV, but then you have these streaming services that have their own original programming. For example, Netflix. They said a while back that they wanted to make, I think, at least 50% of their content all original programming. So you have stuff coming out every few months. There's a few things I'm looking forward to. But now that Disney is in the ranks, I know that they're gonna put their classics up there. They're gonna put they're gonna put what's on right now.
Are they finally gonna put Lion King up there?
They're probably gonna put Lion King up there. They're probably gonna put
best Disney movie ever.
Well, think about
You've never seen it.
The Lion King?
I thought you've never seen it.
I saw The Lion King when I was like 7 years old.
Oh, sorry, that's Dennis then.
But think about it. Think about it. They're gonna take the opportunity to
make money.
Well, yeah, the mouse loves money.
Who doesn't love money?
You know the mouse loves the green.
Which that brings me to one of my my concerns with the streaming services. It hasn't happened yet, and there doesn't seem to be any indication it will. But what are we all gonna do if look at how many people out there are free users? You can get a Crunchyroll account for free. You can watch their stuff for free. You'll just have ads. What's gonna happen if someday they're like, no, we're not gonna have any more free accounts. You have to pay. That's gonna be trouble for a lot of users because there are some people out there that. $6, $7 a month. It doesn't seem that expensive to some people, but to some people that is a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, so you just
even Hulu can be free from your laptop, but
well, not anymore.
Oh,
they've completely done away with the free Hulu option now.
Yeah.
It used to be Hulu and Hulu for free, and then Hulu Plus for the paid membership. They combined those two brands. There's no Hulu Plus anymore. It's just Hulu. And you have different tiers of payment. You got the
basic
$7 or $8 tier, which gives you
$8.90.
ads, and then there's the $12 tier that is commercial free,
and
then there's
14.
what we had just mentioned, the $40 level that has
there's
free
also,
TV,
14
live
you can
TV.
Watch, 14 you can watch HBO.
Oh yeah, they have. Well, those are various channel add-on packages.
Well, yeah, because those are
But Hulu, at its core, is the $8 commercial pack the $12 commercial free pack and then the $40 live
Yeah.
streaming pack.
Yeah, I'm good without the live streaming.
I wanted to do HBO because there was a few things like I'm a Game of Thrones fan, so I wanted to keep up with Game of Thrones. But at the same time, they had a few things that were new, like some new documentaries and stuff that I wanted to check out.
Hey, Kyle, want to get a bunch of dislikes?
What?
I've never watched Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Have no interest in it.
All right.
Okay.
To be honest, I've never seen it either.
I've never watched Orange is the New Black.
Oh my god, that's such a good show.
You know, I've heard good things about it. I just never had the
For some
interest.
reason, when I watch that, I always have to eat ramen.
Okay. Everybody's got a thing. Like I just now started watching the new Voltron show.
That really hasn't made it. The other thing I don't like about Netflix and Hulu is it takes forever to get dubbed shit. Because I'm one of those people that I always have to keep busy and I can't focus on everything at once.
Well, here's the thing though, and I can give you a few websites that will get
No,
the
thank
dub
you.
stuff as they come out. Like for example, Funimation has their own streaming service, right? And they partnered up with Crunchyroll last year to bring out dubs quicker. Like a lot of stuff that's on the.
Well, no, there's stuff that's dubbed. It's I was watching. God, I have so many guilty pleasures. I was watching School Rumble.
Yeah, I
And
love that show.
Oh, I do too. They had the whole dubbed series, and then they took it off.
Yeah.
Luckily, I just finished it, but still.
Yeah.
Which also, Yona of the Red Dawn's really good.
Yeah. Both shows that you mentioned are all under the same umbrella, at least in the American dub market.
But things like Sailor Moon Crystal Part 3 hasn't been dubbed. I only have up to Season 2 of Naruto Shippuden.
You just gotta wait.
I am impatient as
That's
balls.
all you gotta.
Naruto's already been dubbed up to the Shippuden's already been dubbed up to the 300 or 400th episode.
Yeah,
and it's either you watch that or you try to watch the Disney XD version. And
for people who can't see, I'm doing the jerking off motion.
Oh no.
No, because seriously, I'm sorry. I hate all that bullshit censoring. The old Sailor Moon. Ugh.
No, you loved the old Sailor Moon.
Yeah, but then I got a taste of the good shit.
Yeah, I did too.
I'm not gonna lie. There are certain times where I want it because I have no shame. I have the bootleg.
Yeah, I'm about to say you bought the freaking bootlegs.
Yeah, I did though. Don't get shit from Malaysia. I only wanted it for Sailor Moon S because I love Sailor Saturn. And guess what? It didn't play. And the woman sitting there fighting me and talking shit about me, and I just took a video of it and sent it to eBay, and full refund. Got the Cloverway dub. Fuck the Cloverway dub.
Man, okay. How many times have we had a conversation about eBay?
Hey, that's where I got my next game.
Look, I have nothing against eBay, but when it comes to certain things like DVD sets or whatever, you gotta be careful.
And wigs, fucking wig.
Okay.
You remember you saw my Madoka wig?
Yeah.
That was a shit show.
It didn't look that bad.
I thought, the clips weren't right, and I now just use my own hair for cosplay. That's what I stick with.
But
Also, don't buy cosplays from eBay either. Or anywhere in China, for that matter.
But what I was wondering about the whole, because now that we have all these choices, you know what I'm saying, all this binge-worthy TV and a lot of binge-worthy original shows.
I'm gonna have to Scotch guard the couch.
What is next? You know what I mean? Like Disney's putting their hat into the ring, or their ears into the ring, so to speak. Yeah. Bad pun. I don't care.
Dish.
But
we like money.
Exactly.
Oh.
But they haven't said according to the report if they're gonna put the Marvel stuff on their service. I mean,
I kind of hope they.
I kind of don't
Netflix.
think that they will. I think they own Marvel in name only. I think they kind of leave Marvel to their own devices.
Well, yeah, but it's just like the same thing with Pixar. All they do is put their stamp on it and give them some notes. As far as Marvel goes, just like
And it's kind of the same with LucasArts. The Disney doesn't seem to do a whole lot with Star Wars. It seems like they leave that to the
merchandising.
LucasArts.
Speaking of which,
Well, the merchandising, yeah, but as far as the movies and the comic branches off and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Marvel and such, are we gonna go see Thor?
Are you talking about Ragnarok?
Fuck yeah.
I haven't seen the first two.
Okay. Okay, well, I haven't seen the first Thor either. But
Yo. When you guys do that, you gotta review it for Kryptonightmare.
I thought all three of us can go and we can do our usual thing of going and grabbing dinner as long as there's not a crying little shitty baby.
Long story. Check out their YouTube channel for that story right there.
Where Jeff got one of the rarest barbs on me.
But okay, so let's get to the fun stuff. All right, so
Ponies?
I like My Little Pony, but
I don't. No, it's not even about the brony.
Wait. The new My Little Pony or the original My Little Pony from way back when we were like little kids?
I like them, but I like them both honestly. I like the modern version a lot better.
I tried, I really did, because since I'm a con goer, I should at least give it a chance. But it just wasn't for me. And it's not even. I have nothing.
Turn Dennis into a brony.
Fuck no.
Dang.
No,
that was hard.
Come on,
Why
get
don't
him
you
to dress
become
up as one of the My Little Ponies and come to Comic-Con with us.
Why don't you be a brony?
I'm already a brony. And
No, I want him.
have been for the past few years.
I want him to be the Zelos to my Sheena. So,
Okay.
Tales of Symphonia.
Yeah, got it.
But you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing him be Opal, because I don't want to give up my Bolin.
What the? So you
Gender bent Opal.
So you just want to do
it.
So both of y'all just want to do a couple's crossplay.
Yeah, because I love being Bolin. That is my favorite costume, and you're wearing Mako at least next year.
But I have,
Yes.
but
Huh?
I guess.
But
if
I gotta-
we can do a panel.
I have a question though. Wouldn't he have to shave?
Yeah, I do like that beard.
I'm about to say.
I don't know. You could be the bearded lady.
Haven't you guys ever heard of Sailor Bubba?
Hey.
Oh my god! That's what we can do for our costumes.
What?
I can be Saturn, and you can be Chibi Moon.
Chibi Moon?
Yes.
You want him to be Chibi Moon?
Yes.
Really?
They're best friends.
So that includes him getting a pink wig and he might have to carry a gun. I don't know.
No, he doesn't carry a gun. He carries the Luna P ball.
She had the gun in the first episode she was introduced.
Yeah,
in.
but not as Sailor Chibi Moon. She has Luna P and the Heart Rod. And I get to have that little glaive. Yes.
Oh, great, give him another rod to play with.
Why? His is already collecting dust.
Ooh. Yo. All right. So think about it.
Come on, I earned that one.
So with the possibilities with Disney's ever increasing catalog, what would you want to see on a Disney streaming? Like, what would make you want to actually pay money for
The
this?
Lion King.
This.
What's that?
Conceal, don't feel, don't let them
Let it go.
They're not putting goats on the Disney
Give me the Lion King.
with goats.
Hang on. No, wait, no, that just sounds really bloody.
You want the Lion King with goats?
No, just the Lion King.
No,
That was the Disney's best movie.
It was. I'm not shelling like $30.
Although I don't know, was Angels in the Outfield wasn't Disney, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Was it?
I think it
Okay,
was.
Angels in the Outfield too then.
I dig that movie. What about Angels in the End Zone?
I don't think I saw that one.
I
When I
didn't
was
know.
7 years old, when drive-in theaters were still a thing, my parents took me and my brothers. It was the summertime, and as a reward for having done in school, this was before I started homeschooling, of course.
Yeah.
So as a reward for having done good on our report cards, they took me and my brothers to the drive-in theater, and we saw a double feature of The Lion King and then Angels in the Outfield, and I fell asleep halfway through Angels in the Outfield, but from what I remember of it, it was good. I was like 7 years old, and it was 11 o'clock at night, so you can't blame me for
yeah.
falling
Nah.
asleep.
Speaking of drive-ins, I remember one of the last few drive-in movies I saw was Batman Forever.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time we were at
I've
a...
never
I
been
don't
to a
remember what
drive-in,
drive-in
so-
movie we were at. I know where the drive-in theater was. I don't remember what movie we were seeing, but it was... No, it was Batman and Robin that was playing. Me and my brothers kept turning around because all we knew was, Batman is on the screen
No.
behind us.
You know what actually my favorite
We didn't actually realize that we were better off not seeing it
Yeah.
until my brother got the DVD and we watched it, and it was so bad. Bane was not Bane, he was the Hulk.
You know what actually my
That was
favorite
Batman and
Bane,
Robin.
Yeah.
Bane, steer the car.
You know what actually my favorite part of that movie was?
What?
The ending, the
No.
fact that the credits actually came.
No.
The Bat credit card.
No, watching the
Bat
checking out
nipples, crotch shot.
I'm giving them a what the fuck look. No, looking up and watching the constellations with my father.
Dang, so you hated the movie, huh?
I would rather ride a cactus.
So, all right. So you know what I'd like? You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see. I'd like to see Disney's cartoon catalog, and by that I mean in actual order.
Wait, what about the old movies like Cadet Kelly and?
Oh, you talking about the Disney Channel old school films? Like if I were to pick say like my top 5, probably be Smart House.
Yes.
Famous Jet Jackson movie, may you rest in peace. What else? Johnny Tsunami. And dang.
What about
There's one of their original channel movies that I can't remember the name of, but it was about a girl that was I guess drag racer, and Beverly Mitchell from Seventh Heaven was the star.
And she had to pretend to be her brother to get into the competition. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
and her little sister was wanting to be a racer too.
Yeah, because they were twins, so she had to pretend to be a boy to get it. Yeah, it was.
I can't remember what the name of the movie was, but I remember watching it when I was like.
Just motocross.
I was like 8 years old, and I remember that was a decent movie.
I remember the skating movie. I remember, God, the Paperboy movie.
A very goofy movie.
That was not a Disney Channel.
That wasn't Disney?
That wasn't. No, it's a Disney. It's a Disney.
Because I thought
movie,
Disney.
but it's not. It's a Disney movie, but it's not a Disney Channel original.
Ah, okay.
Nah, but.
Oh wait, what about the movie about imaginary friends where they go evil?
Oh yeah, I forgot what that was called. But dang, you talking about some. We were just talking about some throwbacks here. Well, if kids ever listen to this, they're probably gonna be like, "What the heck are they talking about?"
What the fuck is wrong? It also reminds me of that movie Drop
Kids,
Dead.
go play some Five Nights at Freddy.
Don't look under the bed.
Wait. Hold. Oh, okay.
Yes.
What about the 13th Year?
Where he becomes a mermaid?
The kid that was,
Oh wait, Luck of the Irish.
mermaid kid that was that one I see all the time. Oh no, Color of Friendship.
I don't remember that one.
That one was a lot about race.
Actually,
in the 1970s, they a black family as a student exchange program, they took in a South African, and they thought that she was going to be black, but she ended up being white, and then they had this whole thing about trying to get to know each other. And it was the first time I ever heard, and first and only time, thankfully, that I ever heard anybody on Disney say the N-word.
Oh jeez.
Now it wasn't like yo my, no, it wasn't like that.
It was hateful.
No, not at all. They were trying to explain what certain terms meant to so the black girl's name is Piper, and I forgot the South African girl's name, but they had different terms for black people, and a lot of them were for black people. And this one particular one she was telling her about, and she's like, "Does that mean?" And she's like, "No, this means, but I would never call you that." And at one point she heard someone say it, and it sparked this whole thing, because it was set in early 70s, and there was a lot of a lot of just racial tension, and that was the first time I ever saw something like that on Disney. But getting back to the lightweight stuff, how about Xenon
and heavyweights?
Bump in the Night.
Bump in the Night.
You guys remember that, surely?
Yeah.
I don't. Refresh my memory.
Oh man, that was a Disney ABC.
Oh my God, yes.
ABC days right there.
Well, then if you want to
that was way back from TGIF.
Then if we want to talk about ABC days.
But I was just throwing that name out because Disney owns ABC.
Yeah. Well, if that's the case, what about Sat AM?
No, because that was before I believe Deke had that one.
No, not Deke. It's too good to be Deke.
But
Sonic Underground's Deke.
Yeah,
and Dick, but
I thought all 3 shows were Deke.
No, not that I can remember. Though actually, I would like to just say a little funny anecdote about Sat AM.
What's that?
As you guys know, I do Kineticon. Jeff has just recently started with me with the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I know you only went up one day, but I have been doing Kineticon for the last almost 8 years. And one year the Nostalgia Critic was there, and I had asked him because he did a review of Sat AM and did a review of The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. So I asked him, do you think you might review Sonic Underground? No, I'm not really familiar with it. Neither are the creators, and they created 26 episodes.
Yo, what?
Yeah, that... I'm sorry, there's never been mention of Sonic being a prince. There's never been mention of siblings, a queen. Kiss my ass.
Yeah, but that one happened after Sat AM was already off the air.
It happened after a good experience with the crack pipe.
So so, you know, and even though I only got to watch that like sporadically, like
Sat AM?
No, not Sat. No, it's not Sat AM.
And that's Sonic Underground?
Sonic Underground.
I can hook you up.
No. Here's the thing. I watched Sonic Underground from the old Sci-Fi channel, and that was like way like you had to get up way early in the morning. I could only watch it in the summertime.
Yeah, I remember getting up early just to watch it.
Yeah.
No, dude, I can hook you up. I got the whole series.
I'm good.
I'm a
good.
glutton for punishment.
I'm good. You know. I'd rather watch Sat AM.
I love
because
how
there's a lot of
nobody
stuff
else
I
wants to watch it, but
No.
you.
No, I don't want to watch it. I'd rather...
You already you wanted to watch it. That's why you got it.
No, I am a collector.
But if they're gonna, but that wouldn't be on Disney's platform because that wasn't owned by Disney. That would just put on, and that was, and I think that was before Disney had acquired ABC. But before that, I don't think they had the rights to that. Anyway.
How about the dinosaurs from
The-
ABC?
Dinosaurs? They already have that on Netflix.
Do they?
Oh,
Yeah.
they do? Hot shit.
Yeah, they have that
Hey,
on that.
baby, gotta love
Do you guys remember that book series that ended up being put into a show? I remember the boy had a turtle named Dog, a dog named Turtle. He had a little brother, Fudge.
Fudge?
He had a little brother named Fudge.
It sounds familiar.
The Misadventures of Fudge or something. He had a baby brother.
Mm.
So, Super Fudge. Super Fudge was one of the books.
Man, that's one of the few things I do not remember.
Hang on.
It sounds familiar. I can't think of it.
Hang on.
No.
There's Google. Google will tell us.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
Google.
What else? You could put like some of the stuff up there like Recess, Darkwing Duck, of course. Maybe one of the many
here you go.
Pooh shows.
It was Judy Blume, a children's novel, 1980s, Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing.
And that does not ring a bell to me.
What's the name of the show?
Let's see. Goddamn, no, not book online for free. I remember seeing, like, my grandparents live in New York but would rent a hotel room in the Howard Johnson because they had a mini golf course and all this shit, which, by the way, 4 or 5 years old and, like, dressed like a stay-at-home mom going on the golf course. Thanks, Grandma and Grandpa.
A stay-at-home mom going on the golf course.
Like, we had the jean shorts and the pink vest and the white t-shirt. It's like, here we go. The series was just called Fudge.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Does not ring a bell.
Fuck. It was on ABC because I remember, like, we'd get up and we'd watch it and then go... Sorry for stepping in front. Love my grandparents to death. They'd hit the buffet and, like, my grandma would load her purse with all the shit they could
Yeah,
get
that
in.
doesn't look familiar.
Don't know any of these people. Don't know any of these fucking people.
Clicking random links.
No, I'm on IMDb.
Man.
Brenda Song was on it.
Oh.
Florence Henderson.
Must not be that old then, or she might
No,
have been,
it's-
or she might have been up there.
Well,
when
because she was
a
on
kid.
100 Good Deeds for Eddie McDowd, so.
Yeah, and that was Nickelodeon, and that lasted a couple years.
Yeah.
But dang, he's still out there. Just
He has not turned back into a human yet.
nope.
Who?
Eddie McDowd.
Eddie McDowd, the kid that got turned into the dog, who we never saw, but you know that was
Seth Green was his voice for a while, and then they just randomly switched it, and I hated that.
right. But that was on.
Oh,
Nickelodeon,
Bobby's
though.
World. Oh my god.
Bobby's World.
That was,
Maniac McGee.
that was.
What about
Fox.
Life with Louie? But that was
Yeah.
That
Fox.
was Fox. That was all
Yep.
Fox.
And Erie, Indiana. I know Fox, but still.
Yeah.
Wow, as we've just completely digressed from Disney to, like, good shit, like
Yeah.
Toonsylvania.
I only vaguely remember that.
I remember that because my dad, we would have to sleep in an inflatable mattress when we had the living room to ourselves. So we would make popcorn and watch Toonsylvania and Big Bad Beetleborgs.
You can still watch Beetleborgs.
I have the whole series. Well, I have most of the series. I'm not shelling out $40 for one season.
Oh man, I gotta watch the Japanese series.
VR Troopers.
Yeah, I gotta watch the Japanese series.
That was like
that made up
crack
that
to
show.
me.
Eh,
When I was a kid, I was a tomboy. I cried when I was put into skirts. I did not wear pink. Well, I'm not in pink right now, but I've kind of relaxed myself on that. I wear dresses and all that good shit, but I loved VR Troopers. I loved Samurai Pizza Cats. I begged my mom to make me a polyester costume, which she didn't. But
Yeah.
I loved that shit.
You loved the stuff. You loved the stuff that we grew up on, Power Rangers and friggin'.
And then I grow up and go into wrestle. Remember how obsessed I was with the Hardys in middle school?
How obsessed you were?
I have calmed down and switched over to Finn Balor.
And
Okay.
Patrick Stump.
Yeah, but he's not a wrestler.
No. But he's
I
still
don't
got a
think-
lady boner for him.
I don't think he would be on.
Yeah, and Justin Gabriel, but that's beside the point.
But do you think this will give like after all that Disney stuff is gone, and put on their own streaming service? I just really hope that it's reasonable because there's so many there's so much stuff out there.
There is a huge opportunity, especially for people like us. Like, they can release heavyweights. They can release, Get a Clue. They can release all this good shit.
Yep.
Like,
I see them also, though, trying to branch in original content that's going to be exclusive
what do you mean
to the
trying?
streaming
They've done that. They had the
They-
Disney Channel.
Well,
Well, I
my
think
God, they
they're
could have,
probably going to put stuff just for the
stuff
streaming
on the streaming
service
service, like
to try and entice more people to get onto the streaming service.
True.
Yeah, like they have their own stuff on YouTube Red, and it's okay.
By the way, I would pay good money to hear about a kid accidentally typing in RedTube.
What are you talking about accidentally?
If
It's never an accident.
If
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 it's a
they're
boy.
4 years old, it's definitely an accident.
If there's 4 years old and they don't have parental blocks, then
Well, if you're hopping on it, look, if you knew how much accidental porn I caught on my dad's computer when I was growing up.
that's because he didn't clear his browser history.
He also didn't turn it off when the kid walked into the room.
Oh man! All right.
My dad had some skewed ideas about tennis.
How we go from talking from Disney to this? How?
I have a filthy, filthy mind.
I want to know how. I mean,
I've just answered. I have a filthy, filthy mind.
yeah, and so does some Disney movies.
Donald Duck's
but-
costume wasn't the only thing that was blue.
But it was the only thing not wearing pants. Well, I can't tell. There's a table between all of us. I don't know about the two of them.
We're wearing pants
Thank you.
Don't worry.
until you guys leave.
To be fair, as soon as I get home, pants and bra get ditched too.
We have gone way off kilter.
To be fair, I
Okay.
could be talking about my hose shorts.
But let's just think about it, okay? So who would this be for? Not just the Disney fan, not just the regular Disney fan. This got a little something for everybody, right?
Well, there are, like, my little cousin would watch Playhouse Disney, and he loved, like, that little show with Mickey and friends.
I think their main target audience is going to be, like it always has been, the parents with the young children.
But I
But
think
they're obviously, like you said, they're going to try to appeal a little bit to everybody, so they're probably going to be wanting to appeal to the people like us that grew up on all those old series and movies that we had mentioned.
Well, they are very like nostalgia right now is huge, which is why you have Netflix with stuff like Fuller House and Wet Hot Crazy Summer, and you got and
do you know what I would kill to see brought back? I'm sorry that you mentioned Wet Hot Crazy Summer.
what's that
Wild and Crazy Kids.
again? Didn't they try that before?
No, or Legends of the Hidden Temple. I would.
They did,
But
sort
it's-
of.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Honey,
Rick
Honey, I
Moranis
Blew Up the
retired.
Kids. Yeah, which
Yeah.
you know, I respect the hell out of him for why. he
And
did
that was Disney.
Yes, it was. There was a show though. There was a show because I remember.
There was a show. It
'Cause
lasted a couple years.
Because I remember an episode where he was experimenting trying to remove the allergen from chocolate, and it turned out that the allergen he removed was a potent aphrodisiac.
Oh boy.
And somehow it got back onto the chocolate, and the chimp had eyes for, I think, either him or his wife.
There was
Wow.
one of my favorite episodes of that show. Now that we've actually gotten on a topic that's Disney related, I remember for some reason he invented a wrestling suit because they got roped into doing a volunteer wrestling match.
Was there actually a wrestler on it?
Him and I don't know. Him and his neighbor. They had to do a wrestling match, and his son Nick, right, who's still the smart kid in the show, of course. But him and his best friend decided to put bets on it.
Oh God.
right? And I'm like, okay, wow. And then there was another one where Nick, he wanted to, because he's the geeky kid with the glasses, right?
Aren't we all except for Jeff?
He wanted to improve his vision, right? So what he did was he invented something. I think he put like contacts or something, or lasered his eyes or something. But it worked a little too well. And instead of just being able to see clearly, he was actually able to see beyond. So he saw a dead, well, not a mobster, but he was like a hustler. Like when you see him, he's wearing an old 1930s suit with
I'm
a
sorry.
fedora hat and all that. And
If you said dead hooker, I was like, well, he went a little too far into
on
Uncle
Disney?
He went a little too far into Uncle Walt's vault.
Come on, come on. I mean, the most you'll see that was kind of ridiculous for Disney was that rescuers Easter egg. That
No,
everybody-
there's actually an episode of Tailspin that's banned because of a terrorism plot.
Well, because
Wow.
because it's the terrorism
Yeah.
plot, but it's not like they show anything weird, right?
Yeah.
I mean, shoot. And in the rescuers, there's a naked lady in one of the shots.
Well, yeah, that we
It's
knew.
a naked picture.
what?
It's like
There's a naked lady for like a scene where it's like a topless lady.
It's like
In what?
like a really
Rescuers
quick,
Down Under.
It's like a
I
really
don't remember
no,
that. I remember
no.
the series, but I don't remember
It wasn't
that.
a series. It was the second movie.
No,
Oh.
not Rescuers Down Under. It was just the Rescuers, the first one.
Oh.
It was when they were flying above this
Building.
apartment building, and if you freeze frame, you could see
Tits.
the
Tits.
picture of it, like naked lady.
Was that like intended, or was that something they didn't
Somebody
notice
put it in
because
there
they
as
were
a
filming?
joke.
Hang on.
Somebody put it in.
Actually,
You sure
there
there wasn't something that they were filming and they didn't notice it right away? Because
Jeff,
they were filming on
it's
location.
a cartoon.
Oh, it's a cartoon? I
Jesus
thought it was a live
Christ.
action movie.
No, it's a cartoon. It's
Okay.
an animated cartoon.
I didn't know it was a cartoon.
But the
Jesus
fact-
I thought you guys were talking about something else.
No.
Well, if it's a cartoon, it must have been intentional.
I mean, shoot. If you look at the, and these are all old, but if you look at the old art for the Little Mermaid, the castle looks
Dicks everywhere.
like, yeah.
See?
I don't see. Oh, I see it. It's a very grainy image, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, probably a lot of
But
them.
they had to put out reprints because of it.
Well, they weren't quick enough, were they?
Nah.
Wow.
But I think for right now, Disney would probably stick with a lot of the modern stuff because they would put their movies up there first. I mean, they have. Oh, okay. So, speaking of nostalgia pandering, okay. So for like 3
Speaking of which.
years, yeah, I know. So for like 3 years, they had Boy Meets World, Girl Meets World.
I was
Right.
okay with that. I don't know how else to feel about it. It was meh.
I'll tell you how I felt about it. Even though it's not for my, it's nostalgic for our demographic, yes. But at the same time,
It needs.
our
I don't think you can have lightning in a bottle with Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World was a little bit more realistic, whereas with Girl Meets World, they tried to hammer the message into your head
Man.
at the very beginning. It's like,
May I point out two things?
yeah,
Apparently, the big bully that moved on to be on My Name is Earl,
yeah.
his dad was fucking Vader.
Okay.
Two Mick Foley was on it, so I don't know how realistic we want to say it is.
Okay, now here's what I'm saying. I'm talking about realistic as well as the message. They didn't cram the message down your throat.
No,
you know what I'm saying? I didn't like how they, and I knew that Eric, the character, wasn't the brightest bulb in the bunch, but also he wasn't that dumb. So when they grow up and they go to college and they make him like the idiot savant, and then they raise it up because they brought him back to reprise his role in Girl Meets World and as a recurring role. But he becomes the mayor. Well, not the mayor, the councilman of New York, and and everything that he does is very. Let's put it this way. Remember, at the end of getting close to the end of Boy Meets World, they have that they have that big old fight, and then we see them in the future, and they're not talking to each other anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And Eric ends up going out in the woods, and now he's reborn as this guy called Plays with Squirrels.
At least it's not plays with
Living out in the woods, and now his name is Plays with Squirrels, and he's got a huge Jesus beard and all that, like the hair and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So for some reason when he debuts in this, when he gets brought back for this show, he's dressed as that character. That character does not exist. So when you first see him, he rips off the robe, rips off the beard, rips off the hair, and he's like, "Ow!" Like,
I think it was just mainly pandering to the older fans.
I think it was just to get some laugh for the kids, and I'm like, who's laughing at this?
Which, by the way, Minkus looks really weird as an adult.
He still looks like himself.
Yeah, that's not right.
Yeah, he looks
Wasn't the kid who played Minkus in Little Rascals?
I don't think so. No, not the same kid.
Oh, him, the kid that played Minkus, and the kid that played, and Macaulay Culkin all looked alike. Think about it.
Yeah.
And also, that makes me wonder: is Sabrina the Teenage Witch gonna come on, or?
I don't.
They did a cartoon of that after.
They
a while.
did. They did 2 of them actually.
Of Little Rascals?
Not Sabrina.
No, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
But
I remember the little girl version, but what's the other one?
It's the same one.
Oh,
they just like, it's like in another. There was Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the live action show. Sabrina the
animated series.
The animated series. Then you got Sabrina's Secret Life. So she's so she's like a couple years older.
I thought it was kind of cool with when she's in middle school, and it was actually Melissa Joan Hart's little sister.
Yeah.
And Melissa Joan Hart played Hilda and Zelda.
Yeah, because
what about Quigley? Whatever happened to Quigley?
I don't know. Because the production company that produced that series was the Hart's company, so that was her company. That's why that's why they had it. But there's a possibility that she might end up in Riverdale. It's just a rumor, though.
That would be pretty badass.
It's just a rumor.
It was, which I do kind of want to talk about that because I didn't think I'd like it.
Okay, so all right, so that's currently streaming on Netflix.
I finished it. I binged it in a day.
It was on the CW. It only had 10 episodes for the first season. I enjoyed the heck out of it.
I liked it, but I'm also looking at it as something separate from the comics that I grew up and loved.
Well, of course, it's a lot darker and moodier.
Yeah, I feel it's weird seeing Betty get with Jughead and. Sorry, spoilers.
Well, no, well, we could call it spoilers, sure. But my thing about it is, it's like one of those things where they turned something that was originally bright and sunny into something dark, into dark and brooding. But if you look at the current run of the comics,
Archie died in the comics.
Didn't Betty die too, or
they've done a couple iterations of that. Like they did Archie, like Archie is dead, like the entirety of Riverdale, they're like zombies and stuff. And then you got stuff like Archie versus, he's had some weird.
Yeah, he had a whole cartoon. It's actually on sale at Walmart right now.
Yeah, the Archie's Weird Mysteries.
Yeah,
and that actually, like, I was introduced to Archie from the comics, but I didn't really start getting into him until Weird Mysteries. So if you look at that context, the fact that Riverdale is a lot more dark, but they also made the characters a lot more dark too. I really
see. I grew up on it too because as a kid I devoured anything that I could read.
Yeah.
Like you remember 8th grade, I'd finish my work early and just sit there and pop open a book just because it was a fucking book. Mm-hmm. So I devoured that, but it's. Like, I feel like Jason he just created for the show, because I don't remember a Jason Blossom.
I don't either. I remember everyone else.
No, I don't remember, there was someone else I didn't remember seeing. Well, besides the snakes, of course.
Yeah.
Betty's sister. I don't remember Betty having a sister.
I don't.
But I remember Archie having an older brother, I think.
Yeah, but I don't remember seeing him all that much. I mean...
And we didn't see Jughead's dog.
Nah, but he was mentioned. We haven't seen his sister either. We did see her in a picture.
They have mentioned, which in the comics the parents are together, but...
everything's darker. That's why they bring up this stuff. I was kind of about when it first started, though. Like, I was excited about it, but I was like, why are they doing?
I went in thinking, like, fuck, why do we need another dark, gritty reboots. And I'm not gonna lie, it was fucking crack to me.
See, I had told you because when I told
But
you,
I also have a soft spot for like trashy shit.
But you know what? I wouldn't call that trashy though.
No,
I'd call it maybe.
Well, to be fair, you know, Cheryl Blossom herself is nothing but trashy.
Yeah, but she's not like that. I mean, she's like that in the comics in a way, but they turned it up to like
Jesus fuck.
Oh my goodness! But I have to say I like what they did like Josie and the Pussycats. I like what they did with them.
I love that.
And I'm not just saying that because they're black. I'm just putting that out there.
Well, except for I don't like that the mom is so like hard on the dog. Like, I'm happy the mom is supporting the child, but like I don't like that she's so fucking hard on her. Like, she can't be prettier than you. Piss off.
Yeah, but also remember, her mom, politician. Her motives are all a little darker.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, everything in this whole universe, including Jughead, who's supposed to be the sort of like the clown of the group.
The comic relief is
relief, eating burgers and just making people laugh.
And is now brooding and writing a novel.
And now he's brooding and writing and.
Which, you know what? I think it's Cole Sprouse that plays him.
Yeah.
Wow. It's really all I can say. Is just wow.
Yeah, it's great. It's crazy, right?
I'm amazed he's such a great actor.
One of my guilty pleasures back a few years ago was Adventures of Zack and Cody.
I watched it because my friend's little sisters watched it, and I did not have cable.
It wasn't like the best show in the world, honestly. I think one of the best modern Disney shows is probably Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
You got Phineas and Ferb and probably Gravity Falls, and now
oh fuck yes, Gravity Falls.
Gravity Falls, Star versus the Forces of Evil, and I really have high hopes for the new DuckTales, which I will be doing a review on. So check that out when it comes out.
I am still waiting for more of Sailor Moon Crystal, which on KryptoKnightmare I will be reviewing. Because we're starting something new over there.
You're gonna have a lot to go through, though.
I think next, because we have an, as of right now, unnamed little corner for me where I'm reviewing Magical Girls. The next one I'm going to review is going to be Wedding Peach, because I need something to rinse the taste out of my mouth for a Little Witch Academia.
Season 1.
I know. I'll give it another chance, but for right now, obvious trope is obvious, and I don't like that.
Alright. But, so as far as, look, okay, so we're just gonna end it off here, because this whole conversation turned into nostalgia, binging culture, all that stuff. Porn, a little bit of porn. But
we always drive the conversation off the rails.
I thought you were about to say something completely different for a second.
What, drive the condom off the rails?
Oh my goodness gracious, you're gonna get me banned.
Yes.
No. I've had this channel for years. I don't want to...
We'll behave. And it's weird. I started off on your channel doing karate shit, and now I'm joining another channel and doing video game shit.
Yeah, but isn't that something you love? Just like you did something you love on my channel.
I still love it, and if I had the ability, I would go back in a heartbeat. But I don't have the time, I don't have the money. But someday, maybe.
I feel you. But thank you guys.
Sugar daddy.
Thank you. Yo, no.
I can hope.
You're taken. Remember?
Doesn't mean there has to be sex.
Oh. And with that, we will end this conversation by saying thank you once again for KryptoKnightmare for joining me on this roller coaster of topics and insanity, and I really hope that people listen to this. I had a good time. I'm not gonna lie.
It was fun. It was entertaining. And Jeff was quiet for like the last part.
So
I don't know a lot about the Disney World. I just remember some of the stuff from my childhood.
Right? No, but that's good. That's good because that's the point. But we didn't just talk about Disney. We talked about a little bit of this, streaming culture, and where we are right now as just like it's just a TV watching people. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, I just want to thank you guys,
of course,
for joining me on this conversation, and please let us know what you think of everything we talked about here.
I'm sorry for going so blue.
And, no, you're not.
Of course not. But at least I'll give him some kind of apology.
Exactly. So, thank you. So, just let us know in the comments what you think. What do you think about streaming culture in general? I know that this is a topic that can go on and on for forever. And what do you think of Disney's choice of having not one but two streaming services, one for sports and one for other Disney content? What would you like to see on Disney's new streaming service, and what would you like to see going forward for Netflix, or what's your favorite streaming service? What do you like to see in the future? And with that, I am Elder Tenchi, bidding you peace, love, and never be normal.
Bye.